about him. But what David is, he's a mindset success coach. He's worked with over 175 NBA players. He worked with hundreds of CEOs and executives. And he and I partnered because we both have a history of what I'll call failure and overcoming failure. And we both have a mission of helping people as much as humanly possible. We have identified that both of us have really strong skills when it comes to helping people unlock their roadblocks, giving people tools for confidence, accountability, and really tools that help them take their life to the next level. Sorry for the very obvious pun there, but that's ultimately what we're here for. So again, David, spoken to Fortune 500 companies, rated top 50 speaker in the world. Again, coach over 175 NBA players, both on the court and off the court with their mental preparation and mindset. CEOs, executives, anyone in multiple high achievers. He has seen what success looks like. Again, as you've seen in some of our written content, that's not always tied to a bank account, but in our opinion, that certainly does not hurt. And what we do is we are here to help individuals unlock, get out of their own way, create systems and give them tools, provide accountability to ensure that you are reaching your goals, what you want to achieve, what you view as a success. And that is what we do. So Dave, you want to go forward a little bit?
Yep. Change, uncertainty, fear of the unknown, all very daunting realities that hold us back individually and collectively from becoming the absolute best we can possibly be. I've seen it firsthand, working with top Fortune 100 companies, top NBA teams, high-level leadership organizations, the inability to hire the right type of people, the lack of communication that leads to unforeseen roadblocks of culture, and the complacency of settling for just good. Now, I've been very blessed to be able to be called into over 250 companies, work closely with over 200 NBA players and coaches, and have helped them break through barriers, shatter glass ceilings of limitations, and identify what is holding them back, and ultimately how to continue to take one step daily together. Change, this uncertainty, this fear of the unknown, it will hold most people back, but not you, not any longer. Through 15 years of developing unshakable mindset tools that are applicable for consistent growth, no matter the situation or circumstance, transformation, even when successful, when you're at the top, how to continue to grow. Don't get complacent. Falling in love with the journey, in the process, the insatiable drive to continue to grow, to improve, to ultimately pour into yourself so that you can pour into the betterment of the team. Now, there have been books written on how to go from good to great. That's easy, but going from great to the next level, that's the challenge. That's the challenge I will guide you through how to conquer. I've helped Fortune 100 companies raise their stock prices. I've helped NBA players I worked with earn $3.8 billion in total. I've written Wall Street Journal best-selling books on how to take strategic, radical action, and I can show you how to do the same. You are one together. Remember that, operating for a bigger purpose, a life-transforming purpose to serve, to help, to better the lives of those you work with. One step forward today. Change your entire journey. Let's do it together.
It's got to be a little bit weird watching yourself there, isn't it, buddy?
It's always weird. It's really weird to hear myself talk too. Let's go through the agenda, Graham. Hit him with the agenda and we'll dive right into this.
Yep. So the Next Level Club that we've talked about or that you've heard about, it is a personal development course that David and I run. Through there are 12 different, it's a year-long program where we teach on 12 different topics. Today, what you're going to learn about is we're going to touch on 3 topics that we teach in that course. So identifying, unlocking your personal roadblocks, ultimately what's holding you back. Everyone's got something that holds them back, figuring out what that is and how to overcome it. Creating a mission statement, a personal mantra. What are you working for? Not just your why, not just like, hey, I'm doing this because I want to buy something, but what is your mission? What is going to want you out of bed to get working every single day? Also setting up systems for that billion-dollar network, how to build it, right? There is a very, very specific way and very specific messaging in a system that you can set up that will help you build up that network. Your network is, your net worth is your network, right, David?
There you go.
And we have tools that help you do that. And then also, of course, developing unshakable mindset and confidence so you can walk into any room, and whether you are feeling nervous and anxious, whatever, you can, there will be cues and tools that you can tap right into that confidence to get you the respect that you definitely have earned. And of course, at the end, we'll talk a little bit more about the Next Level Club, answer any questions you have about that. And we have a super, super, super exciting offer that we are giving out to hopefully join and become the Next Level Club. So with that, I will hand it over to my man.
All right, let's go. And luckily for you, there's not many people on, because myself, I want to apologize for the go-to webinar that is just technology, not my strong suit. Like Graham will tell you, being able to coach, speak, and help you become an impact leader is. I want you to listen to just a few people here.
Just finished here. It's 5:30. Just kind of finished all the photos and stuff. I just want to thank you, man. You crushed it today. You're an incredible speaker, bro. The content's so good, but just the way you weave stories into points, your faith comes out, your humor comes out, your intensity. I just can't even tell you how thankful I am, brother. You're incredible, man. And I'm so grateful that we're becoming dear, dear friends. So just wanted to say thanks. It was incredible. Thank you for the commitment. Thank you for the drive. And I hope that hamburger was worth the drive.
It was the best hamburger, cheeseburger all time. Palm Springs, Ritz-Carlton. Mark it down. The pretzel bun is phenomenal. But Ed, he's got a video on our Millionaires Mastermind where there's just a deck of videos. He's talking about leadership, teaching on leadership. He's a $100,000 keynote speaker, and he gave the Next Level Club a 28-minute video on leadership. It's phenomenal. So not even just Ed, but there's many world-class entrepreneurs that I've been able to learn from, that have become friends, and I'll teach this in the networking, building these genuine connections. But here's one right here, David Meltzer, who's grown a massive multi-million-dollar media business. See what he has to say.
David Nurse is one of the best coaches in the world. I'll tell you why, because a coach brings the best out of people, and that's what David Nurse does. You got to work with David Nurse.
There you go. Look at that smile right there. David Meltzer, the legend. Run you through a few stats here real quick. All this is a setup before we dive in here. According to Inc. magazine, only 8% of people achieve their dreams. That means 92% of people go through their life without achieving their dreams, their goals. That's mind-blowing to me. According to a global poll conducted by Gallup, 85% of people are currently unhappy in their job. There is no point to go through life, going through the motions, being unhappy. Just there's not enough time. Why would you do it? And according to American Institute of Stress, 33% of adult Americans report feeling extreme stress. This is not just average stress or high stress. This is extreme stress. And according to a Ramsey Solutions, 77% of American households are in debt. Some mind-blowing stats that don't have to be. That doesn't mean that is where any of us are at, but we definitely don't want to ever be in that spot. And right there, it's a better way, and I will show you how. I've been blessed, like Graham said, to learn from some of the best leaders, coaches, entrepreneurs, and just be mentored by them, and then go on to teach Fortune 500 companies, top leaders and coaches, everything that you will get in the Next Level Club. So here's some people who have been through the club themselves.
David Nurse has been a tremendous blessing in my life. I mean, I really mean that. When I first met David, I was in a funk. I was lost in my career direction for years and really unhappy. And today, I could proudly say that I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner in the real estate world.
Hey, David, just wanted to say thank you so much for leading me through the breakthrough course. Our team, our family was amazing. Your leadership in those sessions was really great for me personally. It helped me break through. As you know, I booked speaking engagements with over 1,300 kids in it. And I just love the way that you carry yourself. I love the way you cheer people on to be the best that they can be. And I certainly benefited from it. I really look at it as a great investment.
So thank you for all your support, all the advice, all the tools, and equally important, the confidence that you gave me, the courage to take the leap of faith, getting out of the mold, be my authentic self, and risking it and no regrets. And you always emphasize family first. So in my professional career and my personal, it's well balanced. Really happy in both spaces. I really owe it to you, David.
When I say immediate impact, that is exactly what I was. So for them, I get a little great strategy, advice, he has me thinking differently about my business strategy and my business goals. He is definitely challenging me to take my business and myself to the next level.
It was truly a life-changing experience, getting to be with such a great group of people, getting to get mentored by you. I can honestly say I would not be where I'm at in life right now if it wasn't for getting to work with you. I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate all the opportunities to work with the great people to be the breakthrough group. Man, iron sharpens iron.
This experience far exceeded my expectations, from the community to the accountability to being able to make changes in my life that have impacted me both personally and professionally. I cannot thank you enough. I highly, highly recommend this to anybody who is out there looking for a breakthrough, whether that's small changes in your day-to-day habits, or whether that's just the encouragement and the inspiration to know that you can be a part of something bigger and you can live the life that you've always dreamt of living.
Really proud of those people. There's some great success stories in there. If you saw Will Tanaka at the front, on the front end of there, his real estate company that he started, he was going through a transition at the time. He didn't have anything going. He has now launched a real estate company that's doing 3.6 million in revenue last year. Had clients, business clients, personal coaching one. Shane Youngerman transitioned into being a personal coach, 0 clients to 33 in a year. You're just looking at all these success stories. I could go on and on and on. I think you heard Ben Thompson talking about becoming a speaker. And it's not just transitioning to a different profession. That's not what this is about. It's enhancing your life in all areas to the next level, whether it is transition or it's your mindset, it's your confidence. It's, I'll bring in the best of the best. That's one of the real, real big wins. Like even last week, I was with a friend of mine, Joel Marion, who started a company and grew it to sell for 950 million based on how to generate emails into his newsletter. He has over 200 million unique emails, how to build those type of structures, systems. And you see all the success stories right here. So we'll go on. What is holding you back from your dream life? Now we're going to dive in. Got all the intro ready to go. We finally got this thing going. Audio's going. I would love for you to, if you have a question at any time, raise your hand button or just yell it out. Really, that's totally cool with me. And there might be some people jumping in here. So if you see me admitting people in, that's why as well. But come on in. You're just coming in. We are getting rolling. You're at the right time. We did all the introduction and we're hitting it. So success, what we're all looking for. It's a definition. Your success is different from somebody else's success. Your race is different from somebody else's race, but success is ultimately on the other side of fear. Take the first step to set yourself free. Do you know where you are going? That is one thing that we really focus on right from the jump. Hit you with some stats here. 76% of respondents felt stuck. People feel stuck in their lives. Sure, you felt stuck at some point in your life. I totally have as well. 31% are apprehensive about their futures. The future is uncertain. That's the scariest thing, uncertainty. 27% get locked in the same routines, don't know how to get out. And 26% are lonelier than ever. So do you know where you're going? Think about that as we go through this talk. There are 9 action archetypes. And what I mean by this, I developed this in my latest book, Do It, The Life-Changing Power of Taking Action. Action archetypes are what hold you back from where you are today on this Zoom, GoToWebinar, whatever we're on right now, to where you want to be tomorrow. The allodaxophobic. I'll just run through these because we'll get more in depth in the group in the Next Level Club. The allodaxophobic simply means, are you afraid of the opinions of others, the fear of others' opinions? Does that hold you back? The burn, is there something in your past, a relationship, a business deal? Did someone burn you So now you're hesitant to take action today and in the future. The inopportune. You feel like it's just not the right time. You're too young, you're too old, just, timing's just not right. The blamer. You're blaming somebody else. You're blaming your parents. You're blaming where you grew up. You're blaming your height because you didn't become an NBA player like I blamed a lot. The test believer. It's ironic that this is kind of like a test, but this is more for the, are you listening to the Enneagram? Is that who you are and that's who you're stuck in? The main one that I like to look at and talk about is, are you an introvert or an extrovert? People say, hey, David, I can't go talk to people. I'm an introvert. But what they don't understand is introvert doesn't have anything to do with your ability to talk to people. It's all how you recharge. So it's reframing your mind. The perfectionist, a lot of high achievers, myself included, perfectionist. And that can be very, it puts you in a stuck position being a perfectionist, and there's just no go, but it is ready, fire, aim mentality. The scarcest, you think there's only a certain amount that you have to hold on to, and you can't take chances, because if you do, there's not enough. It's the hoarding mentality of connections, contacts. The distracted, and I don't necessarily mean distracted by notifications that are coming on your phone, but there's a lot of that. I also mean the shiny object syndrome. This is one that I struggle with still today. Is there's so many great opportunities, so many good opportunities, and what is holding you back from your great is not bad, but it's actually good. And the underestimator. This simply comes down to, are you a type of person that says, why me? Why do I deserve a great life? Well, why me? Or are you someone who says, why not me? Someone's got to do it. You can be that one. So those are the 9 action archetypes. We'll figure out what your action archetype is, uncover the roadblocks that are holding you back from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow, and we'll work our way backwards. That's one big thing that we do in the club. I want to jump into it. I'm going to go into 3 key points that you can take away today and you can implement into your life. These are 3 of the most important aspects, success habits that I think. These are only 3, and I'm just touching on them. So if I don't go super in depth, I want to get to some question and answer. I just want to give you a taste of what it looks like, some stuff that we teach, and you can ask as many questions as you want. And I'm more than happy to send you videos of these as well for free. No biggie there. Mission, vision, and goals. Your personal mission statement. Now, here's why this is so important. Your personal mission statement is what you can filter all decisions through. So if it's not heading towards where you are envisioning yourself going, then it's probably not something you should be doing. My personal mission statement, any decision that I make is based on, I help people unlock the gifts they have inside of them so that they can go help others. So any decision that is brought up to me, I funnel it right through that personal mission statement. And I want you to think about that right now. If you have a notepad, you have your phone, type it. What is your personal mission statement? If you don't know it right now, that's okay. We go much more into depth of how to figure that out. Identifying your strengths. So we are told in this society a lot of times that we have to up our weaknesses. We are defined by our weaknesses, but actually our weaknesses are just a compliments wish list for finding the right people around us, what I call the golden 15, which we will go into. But your strengths, your God-given strength, what is that? What do you do that makes you you? And when you really find that you're in your lane, you're on a mission, you don't have a job, you don't have a career, you're on mission, it is the intersection between what you do great, your strengths, and what other people, trusted advisors, tell you that you do great. That's when you're really in your sweet spot, when you figure out that intersection. We have 35,000 choices that we make daily. Human brain, 35,000 on average. And if you don't know where you are in alignment, you are going to be all over the place. You're going to become very distracted. A lot of things will be throwing mud against the wall and hoping it sticks. We build systems and processes that equal results. Results just don't happen. I'm really, really big on building systems, implementing the processes, the daily habits that equal results. So We'll also go in the next level club. We'll talk about the importance of time bucketing. What does that mean? That means understanding that you only have a certain amount of time in the day, and how are you going to bucket that for certain things you are going to do? I want to help you become more efficient with your time, get more out of your days, get more out of doing less. Because I'm a big believer that more of you, but less of you is the key, meaning you don't have to physically do every single thing. Teach you how to focus, hyper focus versus scatter focus, how to set up your environment for success, and so much more. Now, I have on here defining your personal identity. That is who you are at the core. Who you are is your personal identity. It's not tied with what you do. What you do is just a vessel for who you are. So think about that right now as I'm talking about this. Who are you? This can align with your strengths too. Are you an amazing friend to others? Are you an encourager? Are you the best cookie baker during Christmas time for your kids? Think about who you are outside of what you do, because then that opens you up. Trust me, it does, that you don't feel the immense pressure to be defined by what you do. There's always going to be somebody that's making more money, doing something that you think looks better, but it's a lie, the facade of society and social media. You know who you are at the core. That's where your true self-worth comes from. So keep it rolling. Talk about vessel, your strategic vessel. What do you do great, whether it's in the current job you're in right now, and how do you continue to grow in that, be the best you can possibly be in that? Or if you're the entrepreneur type, what is your vessel? What is leading you to where you want to get to? For me, when I started off, I wanted to be an MBA coach. So I had to figure out how to get to become an MBA coach. And that was through running basketball shooting camps, connecting with all the MBA world, doing a lot of free basketball lessons to be able to get there. That was my vessel for where I wanted to get to. Those were the roadblocks holding me back from where I was on that day to where I wanted to get. Eventually, I got there through understanding this direct vessel. Because it's funny, I talk to a lot of people and the CEOs that I coach and just a lot of high performers, and the number one thing that they always tell me that they're struggling with is there's just so much noise. There's so much going on. How do you streamline it? How do you get in such a life rhythm that looks like you're just strolling through life instead of running around like your hair's on fire? We'll teach you all of that. That would go really in depth on that, because I think it's one of the most important things. Because it's not, there is no end result to it. It's the joy in the journey, and there is a gift when you understand what that looks like and how to live that out. You direct avatar. Now I'm going into, I'm just giving you little bits and pieces here. The direct avatar, that's knowing that you are always selling yourself, whether it's in an introduction, whether it's in a business deal, no matter what it is, you are always selling yourself. But who are you selling to? Who is your direct avatar when you are selling? Think about that. We'll go in depth on that, but it's not just, hey, I'm writing this book for everyone, or I'm starting this podcast for everyone, or I'm selling X, Y, and Z for everyone. If it's for everyone, it's for no one. We'll figure out how to just dial that in to know exactly who it is. Maybe it's males aged 32 through 38 who live in the Midwest and have a background in sports. Go super in depth so you know who your avatar is. How are you going to get paid? This is a huge question. Of thousands of people that I've worked with, having a bad relationship with money is one of the biggest debilitators to holding you back to being extremely successful. I think everybody should make a lot of money, because good people making money are going to do good things with it. But a lot of people have a ceiling where they think they're limited. Maybe their parents only made a certain amount, but there's a ceiling that we have to tear off. We have to smash that ceiling and figure out how you're going to get paid. What are you going to do for free, freemiums, versus what are you going to do for paid? Because if you're doing everything just here and there for free, then people are going to keep asking you to do that for free and making you be that person who does it for free. But there's certain strategic things to do for free that lead to big, big, big things. Like if it's speaking on stage, like I had to do when I was becoming a keynote speaker, I had to do some free talks at the start. Now it's led to much more. But we'll strategically go into, what are you going to get paid for? How are you going to get paid? And this is really setting your worth. And just even examples like the words that you use is you use words that are bargain versus cheap, exclusive versus expensive, discount versus family pricing. Words really matter. Words really matter. And how you tell stories really matter. We'll have a section of storytelling, how to become a better storyteller. If you can tell a great story and keep people captivated, you can sell anything. You can sell anything, but you can also be the center of attention. It's storytelling in 101 is one of the most important skill sets that I learned and I continue to learn as a speaker, but it really is very powerful for any walk of life. And now I have up there, hide the ships, don't burn the ships. What does that mean? That's a saying that I came up with because burning the ships, or you're just leaving everything behind. And I think in life, it's a constant growth journey that we're on. And hiding the ships, let's say you want to make a transition or you want to add something to your life to continue to grow it. You don't just say, hey, I'm throwing everything that I'm doing away right now, and I'm going to go for this. I'm going to go become a singer, become an artist, become a speaker. You continue to work on what you're doing while you strategically add in these time buckets to build your next level. And there's a whole strategy to hiding the ships, not burning the ships. One that I've seen work so well when I was talking about the real estate guy, Will Tanaka, how he did that, strategically hid the ships, did not burn the ships. So strategic vessel, figuring out your direct avatar, figuring out what is your main focus that you're filtering in. Who are you selling to? Who is your target market? Who is your audience? If you figure those two things out, that is going to be a game changer in itself alone. How are you getting paid? How do you set your worth, set your value? Most people will set their value way too low. I see it a lot, way too low when you're actually valued higher. And when you set your value higher, people see you as higher value. Hide the ships, don't burn the ships. Okay, everybody good so far? Let me know if you have any questions. We always have tools for each section that we go through. This is an action plan of how to set strategic goals, what I call the treasure map. Did you see that big X there? That would be the big vision. Just like a treasure map in a movie where they're hunting for treasure, they don't just go straight to the treasure. There's X's, certain hints that lead them there. So that's the same thing that we develop, figuring out what your big vision is and then working your way back. What are certain mile markers that you have to hit? Goals are just mile markers for a bigger vision. People think goals, once you hit a goal, you made it. No, it's continuing to go up and up. And I'll show you how to use all these tools. We have tons of mindset tools like this that we use. And each month there's growth, homework, continued learning that we'll talk about as well. But just wanted to give you a quick view on that. Are we good? Is everybody still with us? Any questions so far before I go into network is your net worth? Any questions in the chat? Okay, I'm going to assume that everybody is still with us, still going. You're doing well. Yes. All right, cool. Graham, if you see any questions in the chat, yell them out. All right, let's keep going. This is one of the, I think this is everything right here. Your network becomes your net worth. I'm telling you right now, I could not have done anything that I'm doing without the people that I know. Book deal. It's because I knew John Gordon. He got me a 3-book deal with his publisher. Keynote speaking. I couldn't have got into that if those are the people that I knew. NBA coaching. Everything has been a byproduct of my network. Now I can tap into my network and ask them any question at any time. So if I have a question that I need somebody for a certain situation, I'll ask a certain person. and it'll be there. So developing a genuine network, there's such a big difference too between networking, which I know we're saying network there, but networking is kind of a dirty term versus connecting, genuine, authentic connection. And we go really in depth on this. I think this is so important, the art of connection. How to ask, how to craft a message, the words to never say. This is so funny to me because I get a lot of messages that they'll come in and say, hey, can I pick your brain? No, we're going to take that out of the vernacular. Never use can I pick your brain, or can I have your time? That's literally saying, hey, I'm going to steal the most precious thing from you and give you nothing for it. Why would you do that? I automatically write people off from that. Or people will say, hey, tell me how you got where you are. Okay, do we have 3 weeks for me to tell this story? The size of a message matters. Y'all have seen those messages that come in. There's overwhelming, like an essay. You just don't have time. People just don't have time. And never make an ask in the first message. Those 5 things that I just told you right there, if you take nothing else from this Zoom webinar, this Zoom call, those things will take you a long ways. But we do a whole month of genuine connecting and go into like I told you, the phrases they never use and the 5 S's of connecting. If you get these 5 S's down, you'll be able to connect with literally anyone. And I kid you not, Graham, you tell a story of this. Graham was in the class a couple of years ago, actually, and just found this very, very powerful.
Yeah. I'll try and keep this a little bit short, but for the longest time, like I use the word networking for just that. Networking always in mind, like what can these people do for me? Right. Which is just a terrible mindset. And it led to just very transactional relationships and things that didn't work out. Well, I'm a sales director for a technology company in my day job, and that's part of my vessel for what I like to do. But I was trying to, there was an account that I knew that was like a phenomenal fit for what we did. They were our target market, and based on the research, they were exactly, they needed what we provided. Well, I was trying to get in front of the person who was doing this for forever, literally over a year. I think I emailed this person like 22 times, called him over 35 times, never got anything back, nothing good, because I was, again, very transactional messages, so on and so forth. So after taking the course, we had, David and I, we had talked about the power of gifting, which is part of a network, part of building genuine connections and all that sort of thing. And I did the research on this individual, and I found out that he was a huge Dodgers fan. Well, so what I did is all I did is bought a gift card from, I think, Fanatics or something, with a Dodgers logo. It was about to be spring training, and I just said, hey man, see that you're a huge Dodgers fan. Hope you can buy yourself, something nice to watch the games. Nothing. Didn't ask for anything, just sent that over. Responds back immediately with, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize you emailed me so many times. Let's meet tomorrow. We met tomorrow. Long story short, we ended up landing the deal, which directly led to $50,000 in commissions for me. Right now, I worked on it. That the opportunity was there the whole time, and I'm in sales, so it's very easy for me to measure the ROI on things that you do. But if I didn't go with a very genuine, researched, quick message without asking for something, that never would have happened. And without learning that from the course, I probably would have learned it eventually, or maybe try a different way. But it is something that I took away that directly impacted my life, both financially and professionally. And I'm still close that this individual also has now left that company, and he has reached out to bring us to another organization. So, I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving. So the power of that network has impacted me greatly, just in doing one little thing. And probably the most important thing of that is the research that I did. I understand what this individual did, what they liked, what they cared about, and that allowed me to tie in something that could make them happy or could help them professionally, so on and so forth. So there's my quick story.
It's good. It's good. I mean, it's so true. And I'll try to express this. I think this, how powerful a genuine network is of connections. But like it is, I mean, the whole Next Level Club, if we just focused on this one section, it would be beyond worth it. This will ROI the heck out of your life, your finances, your joy, your impact. I'm telling you, this is everything. people will look at ROI and they'll get all caught up in like, well, if I put this in, what am I getting? You could get 100x out of this. You could get 1,000x out of this. You could get 2x or no x. It is what you put into this. But I do guarantee you that if you put in the work, and I've seen it time and time again through people who have been through the Next Level Club, the success that they have, it's incredible. All right, I'll get back to that. I get juiced up on this. I'm sorry. So the 5 S's of connection. This is another thing. If you take this away from tonight's call, this is powerful in itself. Specific, the message that you write, like Graham was talking about, being very specific. How do you stand out? Not generic. I've had people book me for $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 keynote talks because the way I wrote an email. I'll say that again. Because the way I wrote an email. It's crazy, but there's an art to it. Serving. What are you doing to serve? This is the biggest game changer right here. It's not about you. What can you bring to somebody else? And we'll figure out your specific service tool. This unlocks a ton. I'll teach you exactly how to do this. Structured stats, keeping track. So if you don't keep track of something, you don't know how to measure it. That's that with anything in life. We'll show you how to set up an Excel spreadsheet so you can have all your names, when you reached out to them, how you reached out, what was the response. It's very analytical, easy to set up. I mean, you guys know how bad I am already with technology, so you know this isn't going to be difficult to set up. And sharing, connecting others with others, the power of being the connector. Oh, they'll never forget that. I put together some of the most powerful people in this space. The Ed Milet's and John Gordon's, developing great friendships, and they'll never forget I connected them together. It's happened many times, but there's a very strategic way to be the connector as well. There's a wrong way to do it and a right way to do that. I'll teach you how that is done. And all 4 of those, they equal synergy. Once you get those 4 down, and you'll get it down, and you'll just be in step. Any email that you write, any message that you send out, any conversation that you have, how to serve people, it all becomes rhythm and just part of who you are, which I think is one of the most important things you can do. So I'll kind of go over them just briefly. I know I just gave an overview, but specific, like, who do you want to connect with? Like, who do you want to, and why do you want to connect with them? Why do you want to connect? The power of connecting is 2 people that are doing great things, connecting together, make something even better. It's one thing to go on your own, but you'll never be able to figure it out long term. I was actually just talking to a friend of mine who coached Ed Milet personally. He gave me a ton of insight on different, strategies on email, newsletter list, Facebook advertisements. Didn't help on webinar setup, so maybe I should have asked him that. But the connections that you make together, figuring out who those type of people are. It doesn't have to just be in your space. It can be other spaces as well. Serving, like I said, what is your give? This is so important. If you're thinking like, I don't have a give, I don't have a skill set. No, you can always help somebody. You can literally say, hey, is there anything that I can do to serve you? Maybe it's just, sending them coffee beans, or helping them with, maybe you're really good at graphic design. There's so many things you can do to serve them. Once you figure out what that golden ticket is, you can get into any conversation in any room.
Yeah, David. Yeah, I just want to jump in real quick on that. You're talking about like, what's your give? A big thing that you all can do, if there's people who are you are trying to connect with, and I don't care what level they are, if they have any sort of public figure to them, whether they're on podcasts, they have magazine articles or newspaper articles where they've written, everyone will express a challenge that they have at some point, right? And if you can go to them and you say, hey, either A, I can help with that challenge, or B, just even better, just do it and say, hey, this might help solve this. I heard you talk on X podcast, said you're having a challenge with this. This might help you. Have a great day. I can guarantee you 100% they will get back to you, and you will start to build a relationship from there. So listening is going to help you serve in a significant way.
Yes. Very, very well said. And the service is, it's a fun way to do things too, because you don't put the pressure on yourself about, what am I getting from others? but everybody says they'd rather give than receive, and now we really put it into play. Cultivating the relationship, one of the most overlooked aspects of connecting. You connect with somebody, and then you completely forget about them. But I'll show you one of my most successful tools at cultivating relationships to the highest level. Specific. Where are you going to connect with them? You can't connect with everybody in the same spot, but there's strategic ways. Is it Instagram direct messages? Is it emails? Is it LinkedIn? There's so many ways to connect, but you got to figure out where your people live and the way to connect with them on that platform. It's a fun game too. I love connecting because I love people. I think you're on here because you love people too, and you're on here because you want to take the next step in your life. And the next step in your life, you build a stronger connection, power, network of people doing incredible things. Oh, the heights it will take you to. How to write the perfect message in email, like I alluded to. I'll show you the ways not to do it, and I'll show you the absolute perfect way to do this. Check this out. I taught my sister just on the side. She's 4 kids, wanted to write about minimalism and start a minimalistic blog. I said, all right, you follow exactly what I teach you to do, how to connect with everybody in your space, how to write emails, how to send messages. I'm going to teach you all of this. She has now grown her newsletter to 15,000 people. She has an incredible blog that gets hits when you even just search on Google, and she just signed a $40,000 book deal. Incredible stuff. Just through this. Yes, she's a talented writer, but it was all through this. Took a little bit of time. Actually, I think it was about 18 months till she got the book deal from start to book deal. Crazy, but not so crazy because it's very doable. Stats. Simply keeping track, finding the perfect rhythm for follow-up too. Most people don't know when to follow up. I'm gonna give you this right now. So take this. It's between 2 and 3 weeks. After you send that first message, it's between 2 and 3 weeks for the second follow-up. If you hit somebody right after that, like, hey, bumping this up to the top of your inbox, never say that again in your life. Between 2 and 3 weeks. That third follow-up, most people don't even respond to the third email. So the third email rule is between 1 and 2 weeks on the third email. So there's a system to it and a rhythm to it. Hopefully you're seeing in this, there's a system to everything. And once you build systems for every single area of your life, it becomes plug and play. You're not searching, you're not reaching, you're not throwing mud against the wall. Systems, processes, the daily habits, how do you pour into those systems equal incredible results. It's simple. It's simple, but it's not simple until you know it. That's the thing. And Graham and I will teach you all this. Synergy. Be a strategic connector, pouring into relationships, not being the person who is just trying to network and look around the room to see who's the most important person that they can connect with. Pour into relationships. Not harp on how big this is, how much I enjoy teaching this. I hope you can see some passion coming out of me right now because it's everything. And I want to share it with you. That's why we do this, guys. That's why we do this. We don't do this to make a ton of money. That is, I make my money in keynote speaking. So if you know any companies that want to bring in a speaker, I'm your guy. But this is to pour into you because it's just, we've seen it unlock so many great things in our lives. Here's an example. This is just, I'm throwing this example here for another aspect that we talk about, routines, morning routine, evening routine. You'll see some right there. I have it very strategically set up. We talk about how to set the best routines. There's a section on that. So powerful too, teaching you what the billionaires, the millionaires, the highest performers do in their exact morning and evening routines. Okay. Now we're going kind of quick here because I want to make sure that we open it up for question and answer at the end, and we are about 29 minutes till close. So if you have any questions, yell it out, put it in the chat right now. Feel free. If not, I'm going to dive into developing unshakable confidence. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to go super in depth on each point, but you're going to see how powerful this can be. And when you step into any room with unshakable confidence, just the aura of that presence you have, people's impressions change. There's a lot of stats. See, there's tons of this. Insider Magazine, higher income over the course of a person's career, more job promotion, more likely to be treated with respect, better negotiator, attract more beautiful spouses, higher amount of trust from peers just by being confident. It's crazy. But it's one of the things that I've taught tons of NBA players that they've struggled with. The best of the best struggle with confidence. Step one, there's a 7-step process and then many other details that we'll get to as well. But I want you to be able to get down this, once again, the system. Confidence through comparison, meaning somebody has done it before. Who is somebody that you can compare yourself to? The example I use is Kobe to Jordan. He didn't look at Jordan and be like, he's the greatest of all time. I can't touch Jordan. No, he said, I'm going to emulate everything he does, and I'm going to try to be a carbon copy of him with my own special sauce as well. You are an original, but you follow the footsteps of the wise. They're leading you. You don't have to go figure out everything yourself. Confidence through comparison. Comparison's a bad thing if you do it the social media way, but it's a great thing if you do it the emulating the steps they've taken. Show you more in depth how to do that. Confidence through strength focus. We touched on this at the start, figuring out what your strength is, but then you double down on your strength. Every day you pour into your strength. You don't try to be good at everything because then you're great at nothing. You become great at that thing, and that can make you a ton of money. That can bring you a lot of impact, just being great at one thing. Trust me, I'm not very good at many things. And you saw that. Technology, I'm not good at it. Put me out in the woods and start a fire, probably not going to survive. I know what I'm great at, and I pour into the strengths of writing and speaking and coaching every single day because I want to become a master at it. Figure out what your strength is. Confidence through strength focus. Confidence through redefining vocabulary. What do I mean by this? Here's what I mean. Success, rich, failure. All of these words only mean what you tie those words to, what you grew up hearing those mean. Failure, already, you hear the word failure. Oh, you're a failure. You're like, negative connotation. No, it's not. Failing is the best way to learn. I've never talked to any CEO or successful person who said, well, I never failed ever in my life. It just doesn't happen. You grow through failure. Those failures aren't fun to go through, but you absolutely grow through. We'll teach you how to redefine your own vocabulary. Success doesn't have to mean what society says success is. We got Jim coming in here. I love it. Success doesn't have to mean what everybody says. It can be the success that you determine. Rich doesn't have to mean financial. It can be your rich life. We redefine vocab. This becomes a very fun exercise to do because you start living in the ways that you want to live, not that other people tell you you have to live. Confidence through your personal highlight reel. Learned a lot of this one from Kobe Bryant and MJ, Michael Jordan's mental coach, on how to go in depth on visualization, your personal highlight reel, how to snap it into play, snap your confidence into play at any time in any situation. This is a fun one that we developed. Confidence through pouring into others. We talked about the importance of serving, but you gain a lot of confidence when you step into a room and, hey, it's not about me, it's about how I can serve others. And that opens up everything for you. It takes a lot of pressure off your shoulders as well. We'll talk more in depth about that. Confidence through a cue word. This is a mental hack, a mental trick. I use that snap. That's a cue action. A cue word can be whatever you say your word is. It kicks to your subconscious to bring you back into that confident self. This is a mindset tool. Like I said at the beginning, I give you a lot of mindset tools. I think I have 42 that I use currently with CEOs or NBA players. If one of those 42 can help you, it's going to be a gain, but I promise you there'll be more than one. Confidence through keyword, and then confidence through preparation. How to prepare to step on stage, to step in a meeting, to step in whatever you're doing, to look like you're winging it, but you have prepared your butt off. That's what I do. When I speak on stage, it looks like I'm winging it, but I have prepared. And there's a lot of confidence that comes through the preparation. So those are 7 steps developing unshakable confidence. There's much more to it. I'm actually in the process of recording podcasts, sending out daily emails starting January 1st, and writing a book all on confidence, 365 confidence boost. So you guys will be the lucky recipients of those before everybody else gets them. Here's just the PDF version with some examples in there, and you'll build out your own menu of unshakable confidence, but just wanted to show you that example of what it looks like, another tool for unshakable confidence. Okay, hopefully you're feeling a little bit more confident. Maybe you can take something away from that right here, right now, today. And I can send you over all of these too. everybody that's attending here, I'm going to send you these tools we have. I'll send you some videos if you want the videos. I'll go above and beyond and give you more because I messed up on the webinar and I can't figure out how to use the mute button. I'm going to take that and I'm going to give you some extra stuff afterwards. All right, so this is a player that I've worked with. He went from a second round draft pick where most don't make it in the NBA to becoming an NBA champion. So let's just hear what he talks about. We're talking about mindset tools.
Hey guys, it's Norm Powell. I just want to be here, give my testimony for my guy, David Nurse, man. Done an amazing job with me personally, with my mental approach. So not only the game of basketball, but life. Since working with him, he really shifted my mindset and how I approach each and every game, each and every day. When I'm on the court, off the court, what my focus should be, what I should look for, and the things I need to improve on. But his 1% mentality has really helped me grow. I think that's where my biggest leap in improvement has been this year as a player, is just my mental approach and focus each and every game, each and every possession. Really just being quick to forget, and thinking positive and staying focused on the task at hand and staying in the moment. He's done a great job with asking me questions, forcing me to think outside the box, outside the bubble.
So he goes on for a long time, which I really appreciate an NBA player doing because usually they talk for about 10 seconds. But that just shows you the impact of these mindset tools. He's having one of the best years of his career. He's made over $200 million in the NBA coming as a second round draft pick. It's a phenomenal testimony to the way he puts in the work as well. Like I told you before, the ROI is going to be massive when you go through this club. We're going to tell you exactly what the next level club is. It's going to be incredibly massive, but you have to put in the work. I'm not saying this is just going to be, you're going to make $1 million because you just show up. No, you can. Absolutely. We've seen it done many times before. If you put in the work, it can 10x, it can 100x, it can 1000x your ROI. Graham, you want to take over and just tell a little bit about what the next level club is about?
Yeah. All right, I'm not muted. Just want to make sure. Yeah, so these next few slides really just kind of cover, what exactly the next level club is. At its core, the next level club is a personal development course that that provides people with tools, accountability, and actionable items to help them get to where they want to go. And we want to communicate that David and I are extremely, extremely passionate about getting people to where they want to go. And without getting too deep into my story in the next level club, I share it, but I spent years as a miserable person focused on the wrong things. And I know how it feels to be completely lost. I know how it feels to use people, to lie to people, and to hurt people. And it has now become my mission to ensure that I'm helping others not feel and act the way that I did. So we have a group focus that is really around this kind of holistic development of all aspects of your life, no matter where you want to grow, whether that's spiritually, professionally, personally, physically. That is how we help people, and all stems from mindset, goals, and a mission. David is at every single call. I am on every single call as well. We bring in experts in multiple fields to whether it's speak to the class, or we have pre-recorded talks with the class, so that you're not just getting our perspective, you're getting perspectives of other people as well. And then the huge community aspect of it. This is not just David and I speaking at you. It is a group forum where you are learning and networking with a group of like-minded people who want not only to build success for themselves, but to build success for other people. And so it is not something that we are going to be just spewing all this information at you and saying, hey, go have a good night and take care of it. There's roundtable discussions, examples. People cry in the group all the time. We become very, very close. And it's just something that moves me and David because of how invested people become. And again, the peer support, not only the one-on-ones or not only the live group chats, but also we have, a community Discord where the accountability is. We talk every single day in the Discord where people are chatting, talking about, hey, here's what I want to get accomplished this week. Other people respond like, hey man, what did you do this week to get there? so that accountability is not just on your own. It's a group thing and everyone celebrates together. And of course, the customized development plans. When you sign up, we send you a blueprint. We ask you to fill that up. We are checking in on the blueprint. Hey, where does it stand? How is your blueprint change? Because inevitably you will join the course. And my guess is within that first month, your blueprint of where you want to go and what you want to do will probably change. So then we adjust it. And then again, the accountability of what are you taking action to support that blueprint? What are you taking action on to set those goals? And we're helping you get there along the way. And sometimes there's tough conversations during that. Typically handled by me because David's really, really nice and doesn't want to do that. But I usually handle those tough conversations.
Graham's, yeah. Good cop, bad cop. We vibe off each other very well. There's been incredible tough conversations that Graham has had. But every time it happens, the person said, that was the turning point. That was when it flipped the switch. A guy went from nothing to starting a very successful coffee company. A guy went from struggling to now he's got tons of clients in his physical training company as well. Like sometimes the best leaders support and they challenge. And that's what we're going to give you. We're not just going to pat you on the back every time because I don't think you're here for that. Sure, we'll encourage you. Sure, we'll celebrate success. But we're also going to challenge you because we want the best out of you.
And again, the resources it's not just the meetings, but it's also resources in the platform. The things that you saw throughout this conversation here, that little tricks like that, but also there are interactive tools, interactive videos. We send it out weekly. Hey, here's the podcast of the week that you should be listening to. Here's a new video for you. And these are the topics that we typically cover, right? So how to live a life more impact, creating more time in your day, creating those margins, personal branding, storytelling, leadership, and then there's also sleep optimization, or not necessarily sleep, but optimizing your life in terms of physical performance, and of course, unshakable confidence and mindset, and then how to achieve those goals.
And those are that's about 20% of what we cover right there. Like I said, we're just giving you a little preview. Hopefully you're able to take something away from tonight, learn it, apply it. But if you found like, oh, that's interesting, or, oh, I want to become more confident or connect with more people or figure out this personal mission statement, set goals, vision, or anything up there, like it's going to be worth it because we go very in depth. This is not a cookie cutter class. I do not believe in cookie cutter classes. I've been in them before and just did not find the value because some of these goals are not the same as someone else's goals, like Graham touched on, and developing your personal blueprint. We also have what I alluded to at the start, what I call the Millionaire Mastermind. We have a load in our library of conversations with the top people in their respective fields. It is some incredible stuff. Ed Milet's one of them. There's the best marketer who ran Nike marketing for 20 years. What he tells you in that is crazy. These guys and girls, they are $50,000, $75,000, and $100,000 keynote speakers. They come on for free. We'll bring in live ones too. They will surprise you with some crazy names that will come in, and it's really, really cool, really impactful. But once again, it's the power of network. It's the power of relationships of why they do this. And here's something, I'll let Graham jump in after this, but I found this interesting and I wanted to share it with you. Warren Buffett, the best investor in history, says the best investment, investing in yourself, is the best thing you can do. Anything that improves your own talents. Crazy. The best investment. He did not say, hey, go grab some Pepsi stock. He said, invest in yourself. If you believe in yourself, the investment in yourself will pay off so much in the long run.
Yep. And then the housekeeping, I guess, per se, here's what happens. You get 2 75-minute Zoom calls a month. One of those is a roundtable discussion. One of them is teaching. One of them is a roundtable discussion. Obviously, the Discord that I mentioned before, the conversations that we just talked about, the Millionaire Masterminds, and much more. And also, of course, direct access with David and I. We are always there for individuals to have one-on-one conversations should you need them. But that's kind of the wrap of it. And I do want to say that there are. What were you going to say, David? Sorry.
Oh, no. I was going to say, yeah, all this is on the website too. So don't feel like you have to screenshot this real quick. It's all on the website. And what I think Graham's getting to, but I'm kind of just jumping the gun a little bit. Because you're on here, because you stuck with this, you stayed on this, you jumped on this, we're going to give you a crazy deal. $249 is what it is per month. But if you want to join in today and say, hey, I'm going to commit to doing this monthly, we'll give you the first month for free. The first month is going to be free. We'll just refund you that whole first month. So you get a free month on it. And what I did not say, and I'll let Graham get to these crazy deals and all this good stuff that we have in here. But at any point, if you say, hey, David, Graham, like I'm just not getting the added value I was looking for, you let us know. We'll refund you everything entirely and let you keep everything as well. That's how much we believe in this. That's how much we're passionate about this. I hope you see we're not trying to pull any crazy stunts here. We're basically giving this stuff away to pour into people who want to improve themselves so they will go better others. So if you want to do monthly, you can put it in the chat. Let us know somehow. Yell to us, say something, email us.
Well, here's
first
here's what I did. So we're running for the people here. If you sign up tonight, that first link that I just put in the chat is for if you want to just do it on a month to month basis, that gets you your free month. The second one that I'm about to put in here is if you pay up front for the entire year, it goes down to, I believe it's $1,900 or $1,999, which equates out to $162 a month, which is basically $80 off a month, and you can pay up front fully. But again, we will be taking those Stripe links down at midnight tonight, and they're just for you guys. So
yes, yeah, great point. So because you were on here, it's $1,999 because you were on here. If you want to sign up for the full year, let's say a week from now, you're like, hey, I'm in. I want to sign up for the full year. You still get $500 off. Like it's there. But for being on here and giving your time, we want to do something special for you. That's just if you sign up today, Graham will take them down tonight. But yeah, you can contact us. You can put it in the chat right now, right here, and let us know. Or you can do the monthly. Graham, are you able to send those links? I know I'm sharing the screen, so I can't really see the chat right now. But did you send?
Yeah, I can send a link. Looks like Dana signed up already. Dana, I'll connect you about getting you the best deal possible.
Yeah. I think we've got Zach has signed up already as well. Zach Noble has let me know before he signed up. Let's see. So yeah, next steps. This is really transformational, and I just want to be really transparent and authentic about this. Of you will get the absolute best of me, and you will get the best of Graham. We can't say, hey, this is going to, if you put in $2,000 for the year, you're going to get $100,000 out of it. You might not. But what I know you will have is success, tools, habits, strategies, systems that will serve you for the rest of your life. If you don't come out of this thing with knowing that you just got overproduced value, I'll be shocked. We have never had anybody go through this and say, hey, it was weak. You didn't provide value. 1 month alone would provide the value of that. Compared to other people that I know doing these courses and quote unquote coaching, it's crazy the amount they charge. And then they're not even on the call teaching it. So there you go. But yeah, I just say, and I tell everybody this, like, don't wake up a year from now, 5 years from now, and look back with regret. Just the worst thing to live with, regret is. And you have the opportunity to go for your dreams. Why would you play it safe? Literally, why would you play it safe? It's not fun to play it safe. I'm not saying take brash, out of control risk, but it's taking strategic, radical action. And we're going to guide you how to do that. You will not fail, quote unquote, fail.
Cool. All right, enough commercial for the next level group.
Yeah. Do we have any questions? We have 9 minutes. I would love to take some questions. You guys can unmute yourself if you're muted and ask questions.